Hey guys, DJ Man here, back for another video, and today I'm going to be doing my Disney XD rant. And I want to go ahead and say I'm sorry that I haven't been putting up any videos in a little while. It's just I've been a little busy with college related stuff, and it's just been kind of hectic. But I finally found some time to go ahead and do this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let me go ahead and first start off by saying that again, if you've seen any of my reviews before, that this isn't any of my rants before. My rants tend to be more of a review than a rant, but I hope you still enjoy. So I just want to go ahead and start off by saying that if I was younger, I would probably love every single one of these shows that I'm about to talk about if I was younger. You know, of course, these shows are aimed at a younger demographic, and I just want to say they go ahead and do a good job. Overall, they really do a good job of capturing that demographic. But you know, now that I'm older, I've kind of grown out of this type of scene. So if I say something that you don't like, it's just because I've probably grown out of it, okay? But I probably won't really say anything that's really mean or anything like that. So let's go ahead and talk about the first show, which is Lab Rats. And I have to say, Lab Rats would probably be at the top of my list. Would be probably be one of my favorite shows from that channel if I still really watch those. If I really stopped, if I really still watch that type of stuff, you know. Lab Rats, you know, from what I've seen from Lab Rats, it's really good. You know, has the three cyborgs or whatever they are, you know, trying to fit into normal society with that one kid I know his name. I just can't really think of it. You know, trying to go into school with him and all that, and then trying to go to school and trying to fit in, but at the same time, they still have the responsibility of like trying to protect the world from different dangers and all that. And I find it really interesting. I've seen a couple of episodes, and again, it seems like it'd probably be one of my top of the list. Okay, next show we're going to go ahead and talk about is Kicking It. And this, again, would probably be one of my favorite shows from that channel because, you know, it deals with karate. And I like karate. I'm not crazy. I'm not one of those fanatics that like to watch, like, the old kung fu movies or anything like that. But I do like karate in general. And, you know, I like the premise of this show, you know. And again, I've seen a couple of episodes, but most of the time I've seen bits and pieces. And from what I've seen, it's a really interesting show. And to see what type of mischief or misadventures they get into in this show, and they all center it most of the time it's centered around, you know, kicking some butt. Who doesn't like that? So again, another okay show, just again growing out of it. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about our first animated show on the list, which is Max Steel. And I've seen very little to this show, like maybe less than 10 seconds to the show, just like flipping through the channels and stuff. And I have to say, yeah, animation looks okay. But again, I haven't seen very much of the show, so I can't really say too much about it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next show, which is Crash and Bernstein. And I have to say, I freaking love the intro theme to this show. I don't know why. It just puts a smile on my face every time I listen to it. It's just funny. If you haven't seen it, just go watch the Crash and Bernstein opening theme song, or whatever you want to call it. But this seems like another okay show. You know, it's about a talking. I've seen maybe bits and pieces to the first episode, and the rest of the time I've seen bits and pieces to the show. And it seems to be about a puppet that's come to life somehow. I guess has some type of chip inside it that makes him come to life, and he becomes this one guy's best friend. You know, becomes this one dude who lives in a family of who lives in a house full of women. He has a new bro now, which I think is an interesting concept. I'm pretty sure this concept of a talking puppet in a show has been done before, but I don't know. Again, I haven't seen too much of the show, and can't really say anything too much about it. So let's move on to our next animated show, which is Randy Cunningham, Ninth Grade Ninja. And I've seen very little to this. I've seen very little to the show, but it seems pretty freaking cool. It'd probably be my favorite animated show from off that channel because it's about a ninja, and the animation is, from what I've seen from the animation, it looks beautiful. It just beautifully put together. This action pack, you know, just the colors stream. It just really looks cool. You know, again, I've seen very little to the show, but it will probably be at my top of my list when it comes to animated shows from that channel. Okay, the next show is PacMan Ghostly Adventures or something along those lines. And I have to say, I haven't seen too much of the show. The only reason why I've probably seen any of the shows, any part of this show, is because my brother actually likes watching it. And from what I've seen, the CGI looks pretty good. It's not terrible. You know, it seems like the scenario in this show is like Pac-Man is like the protector of the city. Like, he keeps the ghost away, but the ghost always tried to, like, trying to scheme their way into taking over the city or something along those lines. And the fact that PacMan's in school, he's like a high school or middle school, I can't tell, or I haven't took the time to actually figure out those details. But the show seems below average, I guess. It doesn't seem terrible, but it's probably a show I wouldn't watch, even though I said earlier in the video that I would probably watch every show on this channel. I'm just not sure about this one. Okay, next is Xterra. And again, and this show I've seen very little too, and the only reason why I've seen any of this show is because my brother actually likes it. And, just the premise of fighting with slugs, I don't know, I guess it's not terrible idea. It's original, I guess. It's kind of original. I guess it's kind of Pokemon-ish, or, yeah, kind of like Pokemon-ish as you collect different creatures to use. I don't know. I'm just trying to make some type of comparison. Okay, next show is Tron Uprising, and I'm not really sure about this show. It's probably a show I would watch if I actually invested my time into it. Yeah, if I actually invested my time into it, I would probably really like this show and actually watch it. But the thing is, I just haven't really took the time to watch it. And at the same time, I'm not sure if the show is canceled or not because of its viewership. Because I think they had it on like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and then they moved to showing the new episodes at like midnight. It's like, what kid stays up till midnight to watch a show? I mean, my mom had me when I was younger, my mom had me in bed and asleep by like 9, and trying to show stuff at like midnight. That's not very good for the viewership at all. So I think that's all the main Disney XD shows. So let's go ahead and move on to its Marvel shows, which I think they only have 2 at the moment, or they're going to have 2. Which right now the Marvel show I'm talking about is, first off, is Ultimate Spider-Man. And Ultimate Spider-Man, I actually like Ultimate Spider-Man. I watch Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm not a die-hard fan of the show. I don't try to watch every single episode. If I miss an episode, it's not going to kill me. Or if I miss an episode, I'm not going to go online and try to find it. It's just a show I watch casually. If I see it on, and it's an episode I haven't seen, I'll sit down and watch it. So yeah. And then the next show, the newest show they're going to be adding, which today is July 5th, 2013, is that they're going to be adding the new show, Avengers Assemble, which is going to be replacing the Avengers show they had before that. Which I've seen the previews to this show, and it seems pretty promising. I actually like it a lot, a lot. I like it as much as I do. It seems like I like it as much as I do Ultimate Spider-Man, but we'll just have to see where this show goes. Yeah, she's just pretty action-packed, and I would just like to see what type of stories to come up with for this show. Okay, last but not least, what I'm going to talk about that's associated with this channel is that it shows older Disney Channel shows like, Zack and Cody and Wizards of Waverly Place, shows that don't really have a run anymore. And I have to say I do like that factor. If you're feeling nostalgic, you can sit down, turn on the TV, and just watch an episode of one of those shows or something along those lines. And they also show shows that are also airing on that still air on Disney Channel, like Phineas and Ferb and Fish Hooks, shows like they show shows like that too. So, it's all good. So overall, Disney XD is a decent channel. It does, it's not decent. It's a really good channel. It's just I just don't watch it because I've kind of grown out of it. So I'm guessing Disney XD does get 2 thumbs up, but again, I'm not really into it because I'm just growing out of it. So again, this is DG the Man, and hopefully it won't take so long to come out with another video. Catch y'all next time.